What's up guys, BltzZ here today bringing you another video. In today's video we got a few questions and answers from a recent interview done with co-directors Toriyama and Hamaguchi for Final Fantasy VII Remake Intermission Yuffie's DLC. There are some interesting bits revealed in this interview, and one thing in particular that is mentioned with a plural ending. We're at the end of April, so that means just a little over 1 month is left until Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade is out and we can all play the Yuffie DLC. Now with all that being said, let's get into this video. The interviewer asks, what do you think makes Yuffie such a popular character? Toriyama says, in the original Final Fantasy VII, Yuffie was the type of person who would appear wherever and whenever she pleased, and you never know whether or not she was going to join you. Even if she does join you, you can never let your guard down because you didn't know when she'd steal your materia. That makes her quite different from your other allies in the fight against Shinra and Sephiroth. She's always after your materia and honest about her desires and never afraid to show that. It's that combination of traits that leads to unpredictable and unexpected twists, and I think is one of the reasons she's become such a popular character. I will be honest, when I first played Final Fantasy VII as a child and even up until fairly recently, I never cared for or used Yuffie. I tried her a few times back in the day, but I really did not enjoy how she didn't provide much interesting dialogue to the story. It was not until a few months ago when we did our Final Fantasy VII original stream that we decided to use Yuffie more, and oh my gosh, she's ridiculously overpowered for end game. Her Morph Materia exploit with her final weapon is such a great tool for buffing your characters with sources later on in the game. It's also one of those things that continues to blow my mind about Final Fantasy VII, that all these years later you can still find some of the most crazy and broken things you never even heard of. Big shoutouts to the live chat for walking me through the greatness that is Yuffie. But y'all motherfuckers that do that shipping shit with her are sus as fuck. Yuffie is 16 years old, guys. Come on, get a grip on yourself. The interviewer asked, how does the Yuffie we meet in Final Fantasy VII Remake episode Intermission differ from the original game? Toriyama says it's very much the same Yuffie we all know and love that appears in Midgar. She's still elusive and still does things at her own pace, but she's also fired up by her desire to exact revenge for her homeland of Wutai and to execute her mission as a ninja. Hamaguchi says, when I think about Yuffie, the first thing that comes to mind are a materialistic materia hunter who's not comfortable or proficient with vehicles. Materia is Yuffie's motivation, and I was mindful to bring that aspect of her personality to the forefront in every part of the new episode, from the story to even the minigames. In the original game, of course, you learn more about Yuffie once you go to her homeland of Wutai. It's here where she once again but successfully steals the party's materia and hides all over Wutai. We are now forced to track her down in comedic fashion, only for her to trap the party once again, and then she herself gets captured by Don Corneo of all people. During this segment is where we learn about why she does what she does, with the hopes of bringing back honor to Wutai, which has become a tourist attraction instead of the once great nation it previously was. Hamaguchi saying she's not proficient with vehicles instantly makes me believe we are getting some great humor exposing a scene in which she crashes or fails miserably while controlling something. But the exciting part is the ending, where he mentions minigames. Yes, plural, with an S at the end of the word games, signifying we are getting multiple. The previous information drop talked about the fact that Fort Condor is mentioned in the same universe as a popular strategy game. I can only hope that we get to experience a minigame of it firsthand in this DLC. Either that or we get some brand new minigames for us to mess around with and enjoy. Nothing too crazy, but I hope to God it's nothing involving hands and cranes and shipping containers, please. The interviewer asks, does that mean she's going to steal our stuff in the new episode too? Toriyama laughs and says, yes, in the original Final Fantasy VII, she caused quite the hassle because she stole her allies' materia. Don't worry, in the new episode, Yuffie is the protagonist, so rest assured you don't have to worry about your valuable materia getting taken away. Hamaguchi chimes in and says, actually, we'll be introducing some new materia that was not included in Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is pretty exciting. Yeah, I did not expect for Yuffie to interact with the party directly in this DLC. At the very most, I can see us crossing paths unbeknownst to each other, such as navigating the trains or the deep ground facility, being in the same area at the same time in her DLC that Cloud and them are technically nearby. Hearing that we will have new materia to also experiment with, which was not in the main game, I am super excited for it, and you guys know how much that makes me feel. I'm fiending to make new builds for you guys to enjoy and a sneak peek at what part 2 hopefully will have to offer. Hamaguchi also mentions that the new DLC will come with a new feature that will make 67.4% of people that watch and love these videos finally subscribe. Guys, hit that subscribe button. We are gearing up to host another PlayStation 5 giveaway very soon, which you won't want to miss out on. Being a subscriber is a free way to support the channel and make sure that you guys don't miss out on our new Final Fantasy VII content, live streams of us currently playing through the Nier games, and also future giveaways. Subscribe today and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of these coming your way. The interviewer says Yuffie does sport a new look through her Mughal outfit. Why is she dressed like that in the new episode? Toriyama says the Mughal hood draws its reference from the time it was used in Dirge of Cerberus, Final Fantasy VII, and Yuffie wears it whenever she's on a covert mission. She might think she's perfectly disguised, but it actually makes her stand out even more in a metropolis like Midgar. I feel like that's very her and probably why I like it so much. Okay, so my theory about her getting the Mughal outfit after she already arrives in Midgar might be disproven here, but we can still see how it comes into play with her removing it later on. Hopefully this paves the way for costumes to be a regular thing that we can equip on other characters for Remake Part 2. That is an amazing thing for the future that I hope we get some exposure on. And finally, the interviewer asks, so what can we expect from Yuffie in Final Fantasy VII Remake episode Intermission? Hamaguchi says the new episode takes place at the same time that Cloud and company are continuing their fight in Midgar. The story follows Yuffie on her mission as a ninja operative tasked with stealing valuable materia from Shinra. Our goal was to present players with a story that leads up to Yuffie's later encounter with Cloud and his group. In addition, the new episode was also an opportunity to dig deeper into the lore of Final Fantasy VII. I would definitely encourage people who have played Final Fantasy VII Remake to experience it when they've completed the game. I think they'll really enjoy it. Again, they are reiterating to us that Yuffie's DLC will be taking place as Cloud and them are roaming around Midgar. And I think there will be many segments in Yuffie's DLC where we get to see things play out, such as why the alarms go off on the train before the second reactor trip. Maybe Yuffie and Sonon set it off and that causes everybody to scatter. Not only that, but Yuffie and Sonon would have been the people who tried to save Wedge and move his body deeper into the deep ground facility where Barret and Tifa find him later. I think that the materia that Yuffie is hunting down is without a doubt one of the huge materias which becomes a focus later on in Disc 2 of Final Fantasy VII Original. Maybe they have specific functions or not, but I can't wait to see how it all comes into play for the story. The last bit of information mentioned here is that if you purchase a PlayStation 5 version of Intergrade, it comes with Intermission, which is Yuffie's DLC. It's included as standard in the new copies for the PS5 release, but of course if you already own the non-PS Plus version of Remake, whether it's digital or hard copy, you get Intergrade as a free upgrade. However, the DLC Intermission for Yuffie still has to be purchased separately, as has been stated for months now. Just again guys, if you downloaded Final Fantasy VII Remake from the PS Plus collection last month that was going on, unfortunately you do not get the upgrade for Intergrade on the PS5. But don't worry, just buy a used, cheap hard copy of Remake from last year to save you some good money, and then you can use that upgrade on the PS5. See, I got you guys' back. And that wraps it up for this video, guys. Final Fantasy VII Remake, Intergrade, and Intermission are almost upon us. Stay tuned because I will be live streaming my first playthroughs of both in glorious 60 frames per second for you guys to all enjoy. Right now, we are currently streaming Nier Replicant and then Nier Automata. I have never played those games before, and I'm hyped to see what's the deal with these games' stories. Don't worry, we are going to be back on Final Fantasy Tactics very soon, I promise. I just wanted to get some of this stuff done with Nier because I will be doing a podcast on Saturday with Baby Seal, Night Sky Prince, as well as Fish Fried Cat. They all know the story about Nier, so I did not want to get spoiled or hold them back from talking about it. So we're trying to get as much done with that, and the podcast will mainly be, of course, about Final Fantasy VII Remake. So look forward to talking with us all about it and joining in on the fun within the live chat. Subscribe to Baby Seal's YouTube channel. The link should be in the description or it will be pinned in the comments below. Let's help get that man to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. He fucking deserves it. And it goes without saying, be sure to check out the Night Sky Prince on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter for all things RPG gaming news related, as well as Fish Fried Cat for amazing skits and epic personal stories that'll have you giggling at 3 a.m. No, but seriously, check those dudes out. They make amazing content, and I'm looking forward to collaborating with them more in the future. This weekend is going to be a great one, and I'm looking forward to the future with all of you guys. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you are new. More Final Fantasy VII Remake videos are coming your way, and you won't want to miss them. My name is BltzZ, and thanks for watching.